Hello and welcome. It's lovely to see you again. My name is Rebecca Redican. You can call me Becky though, and if you are ready for a masterclass, then you are definitely in the right place. But I'm going to be honest with you. It's Good Friday. And quite frankly, we've been really, really good here all day, all year actually. And therefore, we've got some added extra treats. I mean, things you might not have seen before. If you weren't tuning in, say, on Tuesday, or in fact, if you weren't watching anything yesterday, you are going to be in for a treat that is going to take your Good Friday to Tony the Tiger. Great! I don't know what his name is in America, but he's basically the fella on the Frosties pack. He's not a fella, he's a tiger, hence the name. We have so many goodies on for you today. And one of the goodies I really do want to let you know about is our triple points. So, If you head on over to our website, there is a button, it says Shop the Day. You can go on there. You can actually go onto our website and treat yourself to whatever you fancy, because today is the launch of our Triple Point Weekend. So head on down, treat yourself to what you need. I'm talking about those treats that you just fancy giving for yourself, but also I'm talking about the essentials. Stock up on those and you will be getting triple the points towards your next level of your fabulous Club Inspire totem pole. So do feel free to get in touch. We have so many goodies for you today, and one of the goodest goodies for this Good Friday, it is the good Michelle! Hi Michelle!
Oh, I liked that introduction.
Yeah, it just came to me.
It's fabulous, thank you.
Yeah, it just came to me. How on earth are you?
I'm very well. I've had my Malteser chocolate bunny, so.
Yeah.
Oh my God, have you had one?
Not yet.
See, I thought it was like, because it's a Malteser chocolate bunny, so I thought it was filled with like Malteser.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit disappointed when I started eating it, but it's not, it's filled with chocolate.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, it's like a real chocolate bunny, not like a, you know, when you give your kids those treats and they've just got a little bit of chocolate on the outside and like good stuff on the inside. You know, like chocolate covered fruit. Like, who does that? Oh, it's just no need.
Don't get me started. Chocolate covered fruit.
No.
We've got loads today, haven't we?
We
Now, I know
have.
our focus is on the Ultimate Pro.
Yes.
And it comes with a USB as well. We have got some extra treats, which I will tantalise your taste buds with shortly. But the Ultimate Pro, we're going to be looking at this in a bit of detail, aren't we?
We are. So we're gonna go through it from front to back. I'm gonna explain what everything is, how it all works. It's not a chocolate mouse in there, but you know, it's the Ultimate Pro. So it's like chocolate mouse, Ultimate Pro, sort of.
There is a type of mouse in it, though, isn't there?
There is a mouse, yeah.
There is.
There's a mouse in it, which hence not as good as a. Well, it depends what you're doing. It's on par with a chocolate mouse.
Oh, please let's start gauging that by things. It is equally as good as not one but two chocolate mice. We have got so much to come on that one. The Ultimate Pro. Now this comes with the USB, which involves 33 different projects on it. Now I just want you to hold your horses right there and then. If you're going, USB is ping up, I'm heading on over to the website to buy that. Can I give you a little bit of advice? My piece of advice is, if you do not have this USB, which we'll show you all the projects on it in a bit, don't just go on the website and buy it itself. That's just my little tip. I would say to you, treat yourself to this bundle. The reason being, you will buy the USB alone for a higher price than is currently on your screen. So it's well worth getting it in the pair. You might already have an Ultimate Pro. If you do, think about giving this maybe as a raffle prize to a fundraising event, gifting it on to a best friend. Hey, sell it online if you want to. Or maybe you run your own workshops and you want to take it along to that for people to play with, then absolutely do feel free. But yes, just as a reminder, it's just $39.99 or $69.95, and yes, that is for both. You're saving way more than you are than you are spending on this one in the UK, so it's well worth bearing that in mind. I have got paper piecing selection that, if you haven't seen it before, this is revolutionising your paper piecing. There are brand new items in this that we brought to you for the first time yesterday. There is so much in here. So there are 5 different designs as part of this bundle, and the designs themselves are all year round and beautiful. And we have also got for you in here the release, hold and release sheets. This makes your paper piecing journey practically perfect in every way. It makes it easy, it makes it streamlined, it makes it quick. We will explain that to you more. But if you haven't managed to see this yet, can I just give you a little nudge, nudge, wink, wink? This has been popular. So get it whilst you've got your triple points. Yes. And grab it quickly, just because it was really popular yesterday, so we don't have like hundreds and hundreds left. So if you do want it, now is your chance, most certainly. Let me give you another treat as well, which, by the way, the wonderful Michelle looked at it earlier on, and I don't know how to describe the noise that came out of her mouth, but let's just say this lady loves this collection. We have got a treat for you on our hands. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. We yesterday sold a lot of these. I am talking a lot. And when I say to you, I have now got less than 200 available. You might think 200? Oh, that's absolutely loads. That's fine. I've got ages. No. Yesterday we went through 200 like this. And then some. So if you do want to grab this opportunity, grab it with both hands, and don't forget you're getting those triple points on this today, so still well worth bearing in mind, because this is stunning. We're going to talk about this more in a little bit. Maybe yesterday you were like, oh, I do fancy it, but what if my other half finds out, or whatever. The second today, the reason to get it is you're getting triple points today, so that's your extra nudge. And also, if your partner does find out, just send them my way. Yeah, I'll say to him, you shush. Oh gosh, oh, they'll run in terror. Anyway, we have got those on the show today. You do have to be quick for those. Let's chat more now though about the Ultimate Pro. We are going to be demoing these and those, by the way, in a bit. Oh, and the box as well. We've got a brand new craft kit as well coming up for you today. It's the brand newest of the new ones. It came in on Tuesday only, and it is beautiful. And actually, when Michelle was talking about the papers in that too, ooh, sort of mid-sentence she made this noise that was just like, I love this paper. So yeah, we've got that for you as well, just to let you know, on the show. So we've got loads of other demos. It's a busy show, so shall we dive in? Let's dive on in with the Ultimate Pro. Michelle, what are we loving about this?
Everything. It is a fabulous piece of kit, and it really is an Ultimate Pro. It's got everything in it that you are going to need. So we were saying earlier about, so that amazing price, so if you've already got the Pro and you don't have the USB, get the USB, because this is a perfect gift for a beginner or someone who's been watching you craft maybe and thought, I'd like to give that a go but not really sure where to start. This is the perfect place for them to start.
Love it.
So we'll have a look through it. So this is the top, and this is the envelope maker. So you have got your letters here, so obviously A through G. So depending, I mean, it's in the instruction booklet and I'll show you, depending on what size that you're going to be making, this is what you're going to use. And again, so here you've got step 1 and step 2. So again, you're still able to, with this, make depth on your envelopes. You've got these lovely decorative elements that you can emboss into the corners of your envelopes, and again on here, you know, beautiful decorative embossing pieces. These little holes are for your ribbon maker, which I'll show you when we get to it. So you're opening it up and you've got a little bit of storage here. This is where I keep my extra boards, but you can keep anything in there that you want in. So you can be keeping extra papers in there, anything that you're wanting to store in there, because obviously it packs away lovely. We get to this side, so this is your box maker. So you've got, it says here, you're not going to really be able to see it, but so this is your box base side. So when you're making your boxes, when you're making your box base, you're going to put it to this side. When you're creating your box lid, you're going to put it to this side. And the 1/2 inch increments on these. If you are wanting to be more specific with the sizings that you're making, there's either, so in here, there's something called the magic ruler, and it shows you how to do it. Let me see if I can find, it's the magic ruler technique. Very, very easy and simple to do. Or if you are wanting to make, either use your centimetres or your inches, then you're going to use this boxer board. So this is one of our extra boards that we do, but you've got the centimetres on this side and you've got the inches on this side. And this, let me just flip that over. is what's... So I said earlier, when I got mine, I thought that a piece of plastic had broke off it, until I looked properly and then realised, actually, it goes on there, and they've all got it. So all your boards have got that lovely little notch on each side. So it sits there perfectly, so when you're going to be using it, you know it's not going to be slipping anywhere. So if you're wanting to do extra size boxes, you would get that, because it's, like I say, it's got your inches and your centimetres on. So back to the middle. Again, so you've got these lovely embossed patterns for, I couldn't think of the word, for what you're going to be using on any of your card or paper. Let me get my little... See, this is my mouse. It's not a chocolate mouse, but it's on par with a chocolate mouse, shall we just say. Oh, did you ever get those strawberry chocolate mouses from Thornton's?
Never from Thornton's.
So there was like a strawberry fondant in the middle?
No, never. Oh, I was thinking of the little white chocolate mice things that never actually really tasted anything like chocolate. They,
No,
do you know what I mean? All mice. I was sold a bill of goods.
So anyway, the next best thing to that strawberry chocolate mouse is this mouse. You can see that I've just popped it open, and you've got a little notch there that allows you to just move it across, and then you can use your blade. Once you've finished with it, you just move it back across, close it up, and your blade is put away, so it's nice and safely stored. So you've got your ruler piece here, and it sits nice and snug in there. And I'll just, again, just to show you. So just bring in a small piece of card, you're going to lift that up. And again, so if you're measuring to the top, we've got centimetres here. And if you're wanting to measure where you're going to cut at the bottom, we've got it in inches. And this is also measured in centimetres and inches as well. So we'll just cut that down to 6 inch. And this, it wiggles a little bit. So make sure it's just butting up to this here, because then it's not going to move, and you know you're going to get a nice straight line. And all you're going to do is you're going to place your little mouse in that little groove that's made perfectly for it, and then it cuts beautifully.
Lovely.
And it just uses a standard blade that you can get from any of your hardware stores, things like that.
Yeah.
Your pound shops.
Yeah.
There we go. And it just pops away nice, safely and neatly. So that is what these two accessories here are for. And you can see they sit in there again, lovely. So this side, so this is if you are making apertures in your card. So if you're doing like a pop-out card, so I will show you in here again. So you've got your pop-out and your K-card creator on here. So that pop-out element in the middle, so we'll go to page 9. So you can see, I don't know if you can quite, yeah, you can see it. You've got your card folded in half. So if I just roughly do this. So your card's going to be folded in half, because this is going to be the bit that pops out of your middle of your card. You're just going to butt it up to those 2 little notches that you've got there, and then you're just going to open it up, and then you know it's exactly in the middle.
Perfect.
When you're going to be tracing through it. So you're going to trace through it just on one side, on both sides if you want, but if you're just tracing, well, it's not tracing, you're sort of embossing, aren't you?
Yeah.
Emboss on one side, and once you've picked it up, you're just going to fold it over and cut it, and then you know that it's exactly where you want it to be. So that is what these are for. So obviously you've got your lovely butterfly star, almost like a church window, this one, isn't it? And then just a nice...
Squoval.
Yes, squoval. I like that. Squoval. Yes, so that is what these are for. You don't have to use them as apertures. You can just... So if you've made your envelope, so you've cut it all out, before you glue it together, put it on here, and you can just emboss through, and that can be where you're going to put your little address or your little name.
Oh,
you've got a nice little embossed piece on the front of your envelope then. So then this is obviously where all our accessories are. We've got our 2 scoring tools. I've just showed you how the ruler works and the mouse, and these are our little pegs. So we'll get these out. And this is what's going to... Do I have another piece of ribbon? Oh, I do. So this is what's going to go in here. So you can obviously, if you're putting them both in there, you're going to have a nice small ribbon. If you're going to pop them here, you're going to make a nice big one. But I showed you earlier, so this is how I make my multi-bows. So I do tend to use, I'll have like 2, 3, 4 bunny ears on mine. You can just have one if you want, but this is what I use to make mine. So you just literally, you're just going to wrap that round as many times as you want, and then it's going to tuck underneath. And then you're just going to pull it back over, and you're just going to make a bow. Or a knot. Well, it's not a knot, it's a half knot, isn't it? What is it called when it's just a half knot?
Overhand? Is it?
A half knot?
Half knot works.
So when you're doing a knot, you do that twirly bit
Double
twice,
knot.
don't you? But I've only done it once.
But isn't that called a double knot?
Oh, I don't know. So, yes, so this is a single knot then. Well, yes, we'll call it that. So we just tie a single knot. You can tie a double knot if you want. But then when
Could you do a surgeon's knot?
You could.
Great.
I didn't want to do one and show off. No. I thought, but there you go. So there's my lovely triple bow. You're just going to fluff those out, and you've got your lovely triple bow.
It.
So that makes it's hard to do it either by hand, or you can buy those. You can buy those ribbon things that look a bit like an afro comb.
Yeah.
Are they still called afro combs?
I'm not sure.
I used to, when I had a perm in the 80s, that's the comb that I used to use.
Yeah.
So you thought, yeah. I rocked a perm, can I just say?
I bet you did. I bet you did.
Oh dear. Just a minute.
How short was it?
It was shoulder length. It was a shaggy perm.
Nice.
I rocked that, yeah.
I can imagine.
Ben
is watching. Ben, if you've got any pictures lying around the house, do feel free to send them in. It's studio@craftscompanion. Thanks.
We do. We have, unfortunately, pictures of mine. Who didn't? I mean, come on, who didn't have a perm in the 80s?
Well, yeah, no, it was a very hot trend. I bet it will be coming back around soon, I do.
So anyway, I'll show you through the booklet quickly. So the Ultimate Pro, this is your booklet. You've got your introduction, so it goes through everything. It goes through card making, your bow maker, box maker, envelope making, and then your different cards that you can make, your embossing that I was telling you about, paper trimmer in there, you've got that storage compartment, and then your accessories. So this is why I was saying earlier, this is a perfect gift for a beginner or someone who's never tried it before and thought, I'd like to just dip my toe in, see how I'm feeling. They've got everything that they could need with this. You can make all your own cards, you can make all your own envelopes, you can make your bows to go on the top. I mean, it even shows you on here to do how you do the triangular boxes and diamond boxes, cutting out your apertures, envelope boxes. You've got some of your measurements on there. So it literally goes through everything that you've got in here or you could want in here to start making your cards. And this is the side that you're going to use to make your card bases. So on here, so you've got a gatefold if you're using A5, a gatefold A4, you've got a trifold, half fold. So this is what you're going to use to make your cards. So I'm just going to show you, because what you need to do is, when you are making one, you are just going to butt it up to the handle. So whichever scar mark you're wanting to use, you're going to butt this up to the handle, then you know that if you're butting it up that way, you're not going to get it right. Because you can see, so that's my half fold line, and it's absolutely not a half fold. So always remember, you're butting it up to your handle. And I'll just do you a nice half fold, just to show you how easy. It's just lovely, it glides through beautifully. And there you go. So that is just, I know I'm just showing you a nice basic fold, but you've got the others on there, and that is just how easy it is to do.
That's brilliant.
So shall I do an envelope? Because I've had lots of people asking how to make an envelope.
You absolutely have.
And I know a couple of people asked earlier that she was saying that she's been doing her envelopes and they're not working.
Yeah, I think the term was, I've made an envelope, it doesn't look like an envelope.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, no, we'll definitely tackle that. I will just answer quickly a couple of questions. Rachel has asked, can I still get the DVD as I don't have a USB port? Really good question. I presume it's still available on the website.
I wouldn't like to say yes, and I wouldn't like to say no.
I'll tell you what though, lovely Rachel.
But we will find out.
We'll find out for you, because we have the power, so I'll let you know that. It's not in stock at the moment, apparently. Lovely Johnny's just looked. However, we might be able to make a request for you to get it back in stock. So we'll have a little look at that for you, dependent on where you are. Are you in America or the UK? By the way, speaking of America, if you do want this in American sizes, it is also available if you do want it. The DVD is in stock in the UK, but not in America. So Rachel, it will depend where you are, but just to let you know that, I hope that helps. Also, Kelly's asking a question. What is the difference between the the Ultimate Crafter's Companion and the Ultimate Pro? Because they're both available under Shop the Day. That's a really good question.
I think, yeah. I think one's the US, isn't it, and one's the UK.
That's correct, absolutely. So you should be able to see on it, one will be in centimetres, one will be in inches. So have a little look at that. Obviously, all of the sort of demos and projects are done in centimetres, but you can make it, it's really obvious if you get the American version, so I do hope that helped. Okay, should we get ready to envelop ourselves in creativity? We're making an envelope, that's why it's fun.
Do you know, it was a little bit like having Joe here then, because his jokes are that good.
Right, thank you, Michelle. Tactful as ever.
I do try. So I have popped my extra board on because this just gives me lots of extra sizes. So again, so you do on the other side, so you do have the ability to create some envelopes with this, but then if you're going to get the extra board, the amount and the sizes of envelopes and envelope boxes that you can create with this, obviously, you know, is a lot more.
Okay.
So when you're going through this, again, you've got the instructions there to show you exactly how to use it all. So as I'm flicking through mine, it's showing me that I can create a flat envelope, and these are in millimetres, centimetres and millimetres. And then if I want one that's a 12 mil depth or an 18 mil depth, and then it goes all the way up to a 24 mil depth. But then I'm going to use this bit, so it's showing me exactly the same as I've just shown you there, but in inches. So I'm going to do the inches because that's how I work. So flat envelope. So let's turn it over. You can see all the sizes on here. So if I want to create a 5x7 card, so I'm going to come to number 5 and I'm going to come to number 7. And I'm going to come across, you know, like them ones we used to do at school.
Yeah.
And then you're going to meet, and then it's going to tell you what size piece of card or paper that you want to start with. So that says 9 3/8. And I'm in the blue. So again, so if I come here, it says if it's in yellow, not on that one, you require a larger size cardstock. If it's in this colour, it's an A3 piece of card or a 12 by 12. And then if you're in the white, you can use an A4 piece of card or US letter size.
Okay.
So shall we do, so we'll do odd sizes so I can show you how you do your different letters.
Cool.
So we'll go 6 inches by 7. So 6 inches by 7 inches, and it's telling me that I need a 10-inch piece of card. So it's 10-inch squared. You know, it's not 10-inch one side and a different, it's just 10-inch squared. And I'm going to be using I&K. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to get my pencil, because I've already forgot which one we're using. I'm just going to put a little X.
Great.
That's how quick it happens. It's like poof.
Yeah.
So I need a 10-inch piece of card or paper, depending on how thick you want your envelope to be, if you want it to be just a piece of patterned paper. So 10 inches. So I thought, why not use this beautiful...
Now, this is from the 12 by 12 Hummingbird collection, and you fell in love with this as soon as you saw it, didn't you?
Yes. Oh, I did. It is absolutely beautiful. I mean, Johnny literally said we're going to have it on the show because we've got a little bit more left in. And I was like, right, paper, thank you.
Yeah.
Yoink.
Just as a disclaimer, later on when I go through the collection, including the 36 pages of 12 by 12, you will notice there are now 35 pages.
No, I took 2 out.
Did you? Right,
just in case, you know, just in case.
Let's be honest, you did say, oh, I'm going to demo with one and then I might take one home for stroking.
Yeah, I also did say I wondered if the 12 by 12 pad will fit up my top so I can see.
You did mention that as well, yeah. Behind the scenes.
Right, so we're just going to create a flat envelope with this. So it's going to tell us to use position 1 only. So when you're looking at your board, these are your letters and these are your positions. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'm creating a flat envelope, so position 1 only. And we're going to use letters I and K. So to create your envelopes, what you are going to do is you're going to do opposites. So these 2 sides you're going to do first. You're going to do in position 1 and letter I. And then you're going to turn it round and you're going to use position 1, but you're going to use letter K. So you're always using opposites. You're always flipping it all the way round first. Well, not first. You can obviously scar it and then flip it round. So, so I and K. So I'm in position 1. So for this side, I'm just going to scar in letter I. And then I'm going to flip it 180 degrees and scar this side in I. Position 1 still, because we're creating that flat envelope. So those are my 2 sides there done. So now we're going to do these 2 sides. So this is going to go in here, and we're still on position 1 because we're just creating a flat envelope. But my next letter is K. So we're going to go to K. Right, I know that I'm doing it right because my scar line's coming across here and my scar line that's going to go down is just going to intersect with it. So I know that I'm getting the right letters. So, just scarring carefully because it's a paper I'm using, I don't want to go all the way through. Flips it 180 to the other side and we're on K again. There we go. And that is it done. So we're going to take this and we're just going to, you might be able to see it a little bit better.
Yeah, you can.
So these are crossing. So again, if I just bring my pencil in, on each corner, my lines have crossed. So I know that I've got my letters right. If I'd got it wrong, they'd either be way too far over or you wouldn't be crossing at all. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to snip those corners away.
Okay, perfect. Lots of people treating themselves to this today. Linda has said, I've had my Ultimate Pro already and now I'm ready to learn how to use it.
Fabulous.
Oh, well, I really hope this is helping, Linda. I'm sure it will be. And yes, we do have the Hummingbird paper, etc. on the show today.
Yes, we do. Well, I wanted to use it, but it wasn't going to be, well, we'd sold out, hadn't we? Yeah. And I was so gutted that I wouldn't be able to use it. But then when Johnny says, we've got a little bit more stock, I was literally on that paper pad quicker than you can say Tom Thumb.
Yeah.
I don't know why Tom Thumb.
It's quite short, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was as well, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Size of a thumb, hence his name. Speaking of names, Susie, because you mentioned the mice from Thornton's, asked, what is Thornton's? Because that's my last name.
Oh.
It's a British high street chocolate shop, but it's a little bit more high-end, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's on like every high street in the UK is Thornton's. It's not your bog standard chocolate, it's a little bit special, but it's not Hotel Chocolat kind of prices,
yeah, it's sort of in between, isn't it?
Definitely.
In between like your local pound shop where you can get like 1,000 sweets for £1.
Yeah.
Like those mice that don't taste, those chocolate mice that don't taste, they just taste like...
No flavour, all grit. Yeah.
So there you go. So that is my envelope. I've just scored and folded all of my varnish lines. I've just taken those little corners out, as you can see, and that gives me my envelope. So what you can do now is you can curve those off if you want. You can curve the edges. It's entirely up to you. I'm quite happy with how it looks like that. So what we're going to do is you're going to bring your two sides in, and then we're going to bring that one over. And you can see where I've cut those little corners out. It means it sits flush perfectly. If you were wanting to have it that way, you would just bring those in. So this, it's entirely up to you how you want to do that. You could put a little hat over there. If you don't mind it looking like that, you could leave it like that, or you could pop that under. That actually looks a lot better, doesn't it? So it's entirely up to you. It's your envelope. You know, you close it up, glue it together exactly how you want to do it. So then all we're going to do here is I'm just going to use a bit of my tape pen, and I'm just going to put glue just down this edge. And then, so just making sure they're nice and flat, I'm just going to fold that up. And that is it. That is my envelope. And because I've made my own envelope, I've been able to use that beautiful hummingbird paper. Any of your papers in your stash that you have got, you can now absolutely personalise your card and your envelope. So that is my envelope, but that's not all. That's not all. What we also have on the show is these.
Yes!
Now, I love these. So these are your envelope liner dies. So this is the Eclectic Leaves one that I've got. We do have another one in stock. I think, is it the roses?
We've got elegant roses, decorative lace.
That's
as well.
it. Both beautiful. Because we did have 3 originally, but I know that we've got 2 left on the site, haven't we?
Right.
So what we're going to do with this, I mean, this is beautiful as it is. You don't have to put anything in this. If you've got like a plain envelope and you are wanting to decorate that up, so using your mirror cards or your glitter cards, you can use these. So we're just going to move that to the side, and I'm just going to bring in this paper. And all I did was I just picked out on here that dark green on the hummingbird. I know you would think green wouldn't go with that, but it will. Pick out a colour that you've got on there, because then it's tying it in. I've cut this to 6 inches wide, and I'm find my plates. So I've cut this, I've left it 12 inches, so it's from a 12 by 12 paper pad. I've left it that long. I will be cutting it down, but all I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this up towards the top. Let me just bring in some tape. So yeah, so I've cut this to 6 inches wide, obviously depending on what envelope size you have made, you can cut this down accordingly. So I'm just gonna line those 2 up together. And again, you don't have to do, if you feel more comfortable cutting one out and then cutting the other out, do it that way. But I'm gonna tape them down so I know that my dies aren't gonna accidentally overlap each other.
Great.
And then, so this is my little corner piece. So I'm just going to cut that one out as well, right at the bottom, because I know that my envelope isn't 12 inches deep. So I've got more than enough room to cut that piece out. So just running this through. And I picked this one, Eclectic Leaves. I just thought the pattern goes beautifully with the hummingbird papers.
Because it's got a touch of a hummingbird feather texture in it, doesn't it?
That's it, yeah. And to be honest, even if it didn't go, I'd have used it anyway, because, you know, I have to use those hummingbird papers.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just
They're gorgeous,
beautiful.
Aren't they? If you haven't seen the hummingbird yet, do message in with your first thoughts on it. If you were looking at them online, I will go through it properly in a bit, and we also will be demoing it sort of more. So if you do want to let us know what is it that it says to you, what springs to mind for you first, what's your favourite thing about it, do feel free to message in. And on social media, where Susie Superstar is looking after you today.
Susie. Oh, we love our Susie.
Susie Thornton's.
Yeah.
Susie Thornton.
So let me just tap that, just to tap and release. See, chocolate orange, straight back to chocolate. Everything I say I do takes me back to chocolate, because it's tap and unwrap, isn't it?
Do you remember that weird, strange, how do you call it, like trend? This is a good year, maybe even maybe even 2.5 years now. That was like, how quickly can you eat a chocolate orange? And people were filming themselves and putting it up online.
Yes, I remember that.
That was disturbing, if anything, wasn't it?
There's no way I would be recording myself eating chocolate and then posting it.
And people were doing it from unboxing. It wasn't just throw it in. It was unboxing and everything. People were doing it in like less than a minute, weren't they? Eating a whole one, unboxing.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I remember my eldest, Joseph, I mean, he's 25 now. It was him or Alice. I mean, they're both as crazy as each other, so it could have been easier. I have my chocolate in the fridge. I know that's like, it's a Marmite thing, that, isn't it?
We've been talking about that today, because I was saying I like mine warm, so I sit on it.
So you sit on it?
Yeah.
I love it. No, it has to be in the fridge. I like it when you get that crack when you're eating it. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, it'd been in the fridge, and it was either Joseph or Alice said, can I tap and unwrap it?
Yeah.
And tap and unwrap. So she went, wallop, and it literally went poof.
Everywhere, did it?
I was like, oh, my chocolate.
Oh, my chocolate orange.
So there we go, that is that liner. So, and it's entirely up to you as well how low you have that. So I've put my side pieces that I've cut out there, but you can, again, so you can have it a little bit further up, and then you're just going to give it a nice scar. You can edge those, so you can corner them off, but I'm just going to pop it in to that level. So that line is going to go with my line on there. So I'm going to bring in my dotty for this.
Crafty Stacey Lou, I'm with you, Michelle. I love cold chocolate.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I just can't get on board with it. I don't think it tastes like anything when it's cold.
Do you not?
Now you have to warm it up.
Which, tell you what I do though.
Go on.
So if I'm eating a bar of Galaxy,
right,
like just a bar of solid chocolate,
yeah.
I will hold it in my fingers until I get right down to the bottom, and then that piece is so melted that I've just got one chunk at the bottom that's like a melted gloop all over my fingers. It's really dirty, isn't it? I shouldn't have told you I'd do that, should I? But no. I like that melted bit at the bottom. So I get the melted bit.
Yeah. But you're not a fan of sitting on it?
No, I'm not a fan of sitting.
Speed up the process.
Oh, yeah. Not a fan of sitting on my chocolate now.
Oh, I like it because it's like a journey when you're having a brew. The first, you sit on, say you go, oh, I'm going to have a cup of tea, so I'm going to sit on 3 pieces of chocolate. So by the first piece, it's just a little bit warm. By the last piece, it's properly like gooey. So even though it's the same chocolate that you're eating 3 times over, it's like a new journey every mouthful.
I love that.
Give it a go and let me know.
So there you go. I've got my beautiful envelope liner in there. It really just takes it to the next level. And I'm just going to gently put some dotted tape on this.
Just looks so luxurious, that, doesn't it?
It does.
Love it.
And then, so I've just got that little piece there. I'll put a little bit of tape back on that. But yeah, so that is my envelope.
That is stunning.
Liner. So nice, aren't they?
And that is so worth doing because, let's be completely honest, when we make a card, a lot of the time it's not just a card that you whip up in 10 minutes, is it? Sometimes it's a card that you may well spend a long, long time on, especially if it's a new card. You've got to kind of come up with the concept. So why not go that extra mile to create? And Michelle's just made that envelope for you. And you know, obviously we're sort of showing you that on air, so we're kind of going through it step by step to make it a little bit slower so it's nice and easy to follow. But that really would have taken a couple of minutes, but it just elevates the card. You're going to get that envelope. You are going to be very excited to see the card inside. inside, aren't you? And I'll be honest, it's probably the type of envelope that you will keep with the card and save as a memory as well, which is lovely. Perfect for special occasions as well, invitations, christenings, weddings, thank you cards, etc. And if you would like that extra je ne sais quoi in your cards, I have got 2 designs within this bundle. My first one is the Eclectic Leaves, and these are the ones that lovely Michelle opted to use on that design. You can see these feather-like details within them, although they do obviously have leaves appeal to them. Also, to me, really nice, almost Art Deco style, so maybe the black and gold with this, really eye-catching. We've also got the Elegant Rose. I think this one is so eye-catching. And don't forget, there's nothing really stopping you paper piecing something like this if you fancied it. And by the way, paper piecing, blink and you'll miss it. Ooh, I'm going to show you some more of that in a little bit. $12.99 on this pairing today, giving you a saving of 35%. So if you do want to grab them, now is your chance. In particular, as it's double points. No, it's not. It's triple points today, which Tim said before. Yay, triple points, better than chocolate eggs. I agree with you there, absolutely. I hope you're all having a very good Friday and a lovely Passover weekend. We have got so many treats for you today. It's not just about these. We have also got for you paper piecing elements. We have got for you a whopping array of our new Hummingbird collection, which I'll show you soon. But we have got all of that available on show and some more sneaky peeks. It is our masterclass though, in our fabulous Ultimate Pro, and today your offer means you will get the Ultimate Pro board with a USB, which has many different projects. The USB in itself, you're making such a huge saving on this as a pairing, it's well worth grabbing them together. But if you are new to the world of Crafter's Companion, check this out to find out a little bit more about why the Ultimate Pro is so well known in the industry.
The Ultimate Crafter's Companion is an all-in-one compact carry case which is going to allow you to score, measure, trim, emboss and embellish. The case incorporates 10 vital paper crafting tools all rolled into one lightweight and portable product. If you're crafting at home, this makes a great workstation. Or the carry case design allows you to easily pack up everything you need for crafting on the move. With the Ultimate Crafter's Companion, you can make hundreds of different cards in all shapes and sizes. Working with standard card and paper size, you can fold anything, from basic bifold, trifolds and gatefold cards, right up to pop-out, jump-up cards, or even more complex keepsake books. Simply rest your cardstock against the carefully calculated grid lines, read off the desired size, and use one of the specially designed scoring tools to create an accurate and very professional crease. Every card needs an envelope, and with the Ultimate Crafter's Companion, you can make envelopes in any shape and size to match all your handmade cards. Package your delicate craft projects in colour-coordinated matching envelopes and add a professional finishing touch. No longer will you be restricted to making cards to correspond with ready-made envelope sizes. With hundreds of possible size combinations, your imagination is the limit. And for those really special dimensional cards, you can create 3D box envelopes to not only house, but to protect your handmade card creations. Create your own boxes in any shape and size, from a matchbox right up to a shoebox. All of the calculating and measuring has been taken care of for you, so you can simply follow the guide and create custom-sized boxes which fit together perfectly. Triangular, hexagonal, diamond-shaped boxes are all possible, as well as your regular boxes. You can also create specialised exploding boxes or expanding boxes too. You can even make your own favour boxes for those special occasions. Any craft tool box should include a paper trimmer, and when you're crafting on the go with the Ultimate Paper Crafting Tool, you'll need a paper trimmer at your fingertips. The integrated trimmer stores inside the tool and clips into place for easy access. The ergonomically designed cutting mouse holds a standard size blade, which is very easy to replace. Create delicate embellishment for your paper crafting projects with the integrated bow maker. The simple 6-step process will allow you to create perfect bows in an instant. For paper embellishment, you can use the decorative embossing shapes which are featured throughout the board. Emboss onto special papers, vellums or even acetate to create your own intricate toppers. Everything you need comes included with the tool and stores inside for easy access. Each unit includes a full colour instruction book, cutting mouse and ruler, the bow making pegs and 2 specially designed scoring and embossing tools. Whether you're crafting on the move or using this as a complete workstation at home, the Ultimate Crafter's Companion provides you with all the tools you need at your fingertips.
This is, well, that was many of the reasons why you can treat yourself to that fabulous Ultimate Pro. Welcome back! It's Good Friday and it is a good time to be tuning in for a number of reasons. First off, we have got not double points but triple points today. So what I mean by that is, let's say for example, normally you have to spend £1 or $1 to get 1 point, yeah? Now you spend £1 or $1 and you're getting triple the points, which is incredible. So you are going to be zip-dippity speeding towards that next layer on your Club Inspire as quick as toad of Toad Hall. So if you do want to seize the moment, then you have the chance to do so today. We have, sorry, my producer's just said he's reading The Wind in the Willows at the moment. To your children or just you for fun? Oh, your son's reading it. That's lovely. That's really nice, that is. I love Wind in the Willows, me. Brilliant. Do you have it in America? You must have done. Anyway, I'll come back to that. We have got for you today not just the Ultimate Pro that comes with the USB. We've also managed to sneak in some extra sweet goodies for this super sweet bank holiday weekend. The Hummingbird collection is one of them. Now, I would like you to prepare yourself to fall in love if you do adore these kind of shades, hues, and are ever inspired by nature. If you've ever been inspired by nature, or have you ever created something with a bit of a vintage feel, or have you ever created something that's got a holiday vibe to it? If so, you're ticking the boxes with this collection, and it is one to be adding today. Now, I need to give you the details on this. Brought it to you yesterday, launched it yesterday. So popular was it yesterday that they absolutely flew out. I have got for you today less than 200 now. Now 200 might sound like absolutely loads, but yesterday we went through more than that, massively. I will just give you a heads up, we've actually got less than 160 of them now. That is our latest update. We had 200, just shy, at the start of the show, which was, what, 48 minutes ago, whatever. So just to give you an idea, people are really going in and diving in for this. And there is no surprise. I will just let you know that we haven't actually been through the boards on this yet, so if you do have any questions whilst I'm going through, do send them over to Susie and I'll try and answer them as quickly as I can. First off, let's talk about some of your fabulous dyes. I've got the textured lace dye first. Now, this one has no cutting edge along this side, only along this side, so you get that wonderful edgeable feel. I love the detail in this, very elegant indeed, and nice elements for loops. So when I'm looking at this personally, I'm thinking of maybe like doing a photo book, and these loops here, if I had this designed front and back cover, perfect for putting ribbon through, maybe to actually hold it together. Not only have I got that, I've also got for you your Botanical Wreath. Now this, to me, is summer. I have not, as of yet, been lucky to go to very exotic countries such as maybe Hawaii, but these are the types of things I can imagine. You've got that hummingbird detail on there as well that is encompassed by those fabulous florals. And speaking of which, let me add some more to this collection. Yes, I have your stamp and dies. Now, if you're brand new, when we're talking about dies, we're talking about the metal elements that will cut out the perfect shapes to match with your dye, with your stamps, which then means you create a look like this that you can colour in or leave them as is, depending on what ink you use. Now, speaking of colour, I have to show you the Hummingbird Dye itself. Oh, this is your sweet Hummingbird, again, stamp and dye. The Hummingbird is a fabulous bird. And the great thing about having this one, I think, is that you can colour these in any colour you want. The hummingbird is actually one of the most colourful species of birds on the planet, which means pretty much any colour you can think of won't look unusual because it can make sense to a hummingbird, even if you don't copy an exact type. So kind of what I mean by that is, imagine if I were to do a flamingo, and it was very clearly a flamingo, and then I coloured it in like, I don't know, high-vis yellow. It might look a little bit unusual. You'd know what it was, but you'd think, why is that flamingo, I don't know, going down the building site? With the hummingbird, you can do whatever you want with it because it is one of the most varied, colourful birds in the world. I have got some other treats to add a little bit of variation for you. So some wonderful dies here, cutting out so that you can decoupage these up. So you see you've got a leaf here, you've got a stamen element here, and the matching petals so that you can do layered designs. This one is stunning, isn't it? I love how detailed this is. That's going to be so much fun to paper piece because you've got quite nice large areas there. So for example, kind of you cut out, this element here is like one big piece. So that would be really nice if you did want to slice a section out of it, really easy to do. Let's get sentimental now. And I've got loads of sentiments here. And some of them are really, really versatile and useful. The one I'm particularly drawn to is I'm Here For You. I think that is so beautiful, you know, especially if you've got someone who's, you know, needs a little bit of help at the moment. You just want to let them know you're thinking of them. You want to remind them every single time they look at their mantelpiece and see your card, you've got that sentiment there. But as you can see, there are many more on here. Let's add some texture to your designs, and look at this one. Oh, I adore the depth in this. But also, this might sound quite unusual, but maybe not. The embossing folder itself, what I love about this is the embossing folder has quite a nice amount of open space in it. So sometimes embossing folder is like texture top to bottom, whereas this, you've got this area, I'm running my finger around here and out, it's lovely and smooth. So if you do want to highlight individual colours, it's going to be easier on this than it is some of your others. I'm not stopping though, we're getting to what some might say is the most exciting bit, which is all of your paper pads. Now, I'm starting off with my 12 by 12 because I want you to appreciate the beauty of this. First off, just look in there, how stunning. I'm going to show you that they are double-sided, and I adore that you have got those muted hues within here. I'm flipping through so that you can look at that. Oh, that makes you smile, doesn't it? You have got here, although all of the colours are harmonious within each other and pair up beautifully, the theme is very strong running through these, which I think is a little bit different to some of our other ones that we have. Look at those. They look like they're just sort of dipping in and out of a, what do you call it for birds? Not a paddling pool, a bird bath. A bird bath. They're sort of dipping in and out. Again, look at the tendril designs on here, and it's got almost like a watercolour kind of texture to it, which again plays out really, really nicely. Do you know sometimes on papers we have a really big variation between front and back, don't we? With these, it tones in really nicely, which I think made for the likes of your envelopes, it works perfectly. This one to me just makes me smile. And again, if I flip it over, you'll be able to see that you've got those that pair in nicely, even with the motifs of the flowers running through. So these are, oh, that's nice too. You've got these like berries in here. Actually, really nice for sort of autumn and winter, this particular colour, I think, looks like Christmas berries. Oh yeah, this one's fantasy. Have you got any fairy dyes at home? Or maybe even gnome dyes? I think this would be exceptional because it has got that fantasy feel to it. Again, oh, look at this. This is holiday, isn't it? Every single page of this, I've got a really different feel.
Earlier.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I'm saying words. Yours is just like, I don't know. Yours yours was, I don't know, some kind of caveman.
It sort of brought that out in me.
Yeah, it did, yeah. I have got just, check this out. Just look at those colours. If someone had said to you, oh, I'm going to use shades of sort of burnt umber and maroon and pink and purple and gold together, you'd go, no way. But look how sensational it is. And this is the skill and the wonderful sort of workmanship of our fabulous designers that just create these. I could spend yonks on this, but needless to say, those are your designs. This is your 12 by 12. I'm going to bring you the same, so it is the same, just miniaturized, in your 6 by 6. Also, just to let you know, just to kind of prove a point, you see on here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hummingbirds on page 1. You are also getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on page 2, on the 6 by 6. I just thought I'd mention that because sometimes you might expect it to just be a section, but we do actually miniaturize them all. I have then got for you the vellum, which has a wonderful detail to it. Again, I won't open this right now, I'll open it in a moment, we'll talk about it more. But yeah, lovely vellum, so it's got a translucency. And then tying it all in together, premium linen card. So this has got this, almost like looking at a close-up of linen. So it's a really wonderful texture to it. And again, all of those colours, you recognise them? Yeah, complementary. So we have got a lot in here. I'm going to quickly just go, here are all the elements you will be getting in this fabulous collection. So do feel free to seize the moment on this one. And if you do have any questions for Michelle or you want to know anything more about it, send them over on our socials. For now though, should we dive on into a demo? I bet it was hard to work out what you wanted to demo with this, right?
It really was, because I wanted to demo all of it and demo everything.
All of your ideas.
And it is, you heard Becky going through that paper pad. It really does, with each page. It is, by far, for me, my most favourite paper pad. It is just...
Can I just let you know, Christine Mahoney says, I have 15 of the paper pads coming and I now want more. So I have a feeling that you and Christine could be separated at birth on this.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. In fact, I think I saw a comment yesterday that she'd bought lots. And, of course.
Yeah, it's stunning.
It's 1 to stroke, 1 to use, 1 to look at, and 20 for your stash.
Of course.
So I've just picked a few of the bits from the kit. So I've got the stamp set of the sentiments, and I've got this lovely metal die, so it's tropical tags. So when I take that off, you see you've got a nice big tag base there. You've got almost like a matten layer. You use them together or separately, entirely up to you. And then you've got those little floral elements in there. And then I've got this as well, because this is just beautiful. So this is the textured lace edgeable. And yeah, it doesn't have that cutting line there, so you can create this. You can cut it straight onto the edge of a card. You can cut it out of a piece and then just, matte and layer it on top. It's entirely up to you, but an absolute beautiful one. And I can see there when you were saying,
Da 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 da! The ice cream van's here. The ice cream van. Anyone for an ice cream?
That wasn't my phone. How come you put everything on silent, but yet an alarm still got... Well, I suppose it's an alarm.
It's an alarm, is it? I thought Ben was ringing to be like, Aya, I found that picture of you with the perm, just sending it over now.
Oh, gosh. If Ben's found any pictures of me, well, I'll be having words when we get home. So we're going to use this tropical tags, and I'm going to take this big main piece off to start with. And what I'm going to do, so I've just folded a piece of this craft card, which just goes beautifully with this collection. So the very tropical looking colours in there.
Gorgeous,
just the craft card. Perfect complement.
Yeah, it really is. What a great pairing with craft card.
Yeah.
Love that, because we don't always see ones that go maybe as easily with craft card, but this one really does.
It does, perfect for it. So I've just cut it down small enough, and I'm just going to hang this edge over so I can create myself a little card. I'm just going to tape it down. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in fact, let me run this through first.
Okay.
I'll run it through on my smaller plates. So just making sure that it is still on there straight. So yes, I'm just going to use my smaller plates, just because they're next to me.
So if you do have a junior, these will go through fine.
Yes.
Which is always useful.
And it's 9 seconds rather than 18 that you have to wait. And not that 18 seconds is a long time to wait anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So, and you can see that it's cut through 2 pieces of, well, the craft card folded over, so it's like 600 GSM, and it's cut through it perfectly.
Lush.
So that's not just the power of the Gemini, but our dyes are just brilliant. They really are. So that is my main piece, and I have already got, I've cut another piece out just as is. That's going to go on the front, so that is that for now. We're going to move that to the side, and again I'm going to bring in some craft card. No, I'm not. I'm going to bring in some patterned. Lovely. And I'm going to use this tag for on the top of that. So we're just going to pop that on there and find my tape that is right next to me. And I'm just going to move it there because I might be able to get this on at the same time. So this is just the from the card pad, the textured card.
Yes.
That comes with this. I've got that beautiful bright fuchsia.
Oh, it's a lovely pop of colour.
It's so pretty. And yeah, so complimentary. Really, again, so it was like when I did the envelope earlier. You wouldn't necessarily think to use that green with it, but just picking out just tiny little elements of a colour that you actually don't see first off really does make it pop. So I'm going to, so with these lovely elements, I'm going to get that leaf, and that's going to go on there.
Lovely.
And again, these colours in this collection are just, I think, my all-time favourite.
It feels a little bit like Masquerade Ball, but slightly muted.
Yes.
And therefore, maybe for people who Masquerade Ball is just a little bit too ostentatious, this is maybe a little bit more every day. Sharon is saying, I am really loving seeing the big tag dyes used, as I was not sure how I would what I would use it for. Hey, well, there you go. Don't forget, by the way, I'm reading out your messages because you're getting in touch on socials. If you do want to get in touch with us, head on over to our wonderful socials, YouTube, Facebook, etc. Susie's looking after you this evening. And also, just as a reminder, I'm looking for your excellent ideas. So if you've got any ideas for eggs, like Easter eggs, that you maybe think there is a market for that aren't currently being created. My idea, for example, was very large Dorito-style egg shape, little pot of salsa on the inside, or maybe prawn cracker, large prawn cracker egg, little bit of soy sauce dippers. Maybe you've got a dog who you think would love a specialised egg. Maybe you want to make a craft egg. Maybe, like Becky, your idea of the type of egg you'd like was basically just a very expensive, jewel-encrusted Fabergé-style egg. Do feel free to let us know your excellent idea.
Do you know, it was funny that Becky mentioned that earlier, because you can get little Fabergé eggs as on a necklace.
Right.
So she wouldn't have to wear the giant one.
What price are we talking, though?
We're talking like 16,000.
Right. Right, great.
I think it's about an inch.
Brilliant.
big.
I'll get looking down the back of the sofa for her, for me coins.
It wasn't. It was the most beautiful thing, I must admit, I've ever seen, though.
Oh, I love that.
You know when you're looking through Instagram and they just throw adverts at you?
Yeah.
So for some reason, Instagram has decided that it's going to throw adverts of jewellery that I'm never, ever going to be able, look, I think, oh, that's nice. I click on it, £25,000. Like, £25, please.
Yeah,
Where
maybe.
are those adverts?
Love it.
So lots of my little flowers from this that I've cut out. That is that beautiful decorative lace. And I've cut this extra piece off the front just because I've got that side edge there and I don't want it to look like that. I want it to look like a full tag shape. So we're just going to mat and layer that on the front. But before I do, so again, perfect collection to be using your gilding waxes with.
Definitely.
Or your metallic pens, anything like that that's going to highlight it, because it just, so looking through the papers, there is like flecks of gold, but it's in the paper, it's not
it's not like
foiled.
It's foiled on top. Yeah.
So you know that it's going to look fabulous. So we just, and doing this to craft card just is beautiful. Really just makes it pop.
When I'm looking at that big tag die as well, I think it'd go really nicely with our secret garden collection too.
It would.
Because it almost looks like sort of a secret gated place, doesn't it?
It does, definitely. And I think that's something that we do quite well. You can use particular elements or lots of elements from each of our collections across the others.
Yeah.
They do swap and change very well. So just on there makes it pop. And again, I'm not putting this on carefully because you don't need to. It really lends itself to you just whopping it on.
Sorry,
just whopping it on.
Right, good. Technical term.
Yeah, absolutely. So just put the lid on that. And what one have I used? So I've used the King Gold, but any of the golds will go with this beautifully. So let's bob this together. So I'm just gonna tape this up and put my extra tag on the front just flat. I don't want no dimension there. There we go. And then I've got this. So I'm gonna, what I really should do actually is I'm gonna run that through because I want to put this on some foam pads, and because it's just a piece of paper, it's not going to do it very well. So I'm just going to quickly run this through and then it's going to be nice and sturdy.
Okay. Don't forget, Johnny and Charlotte, I haven't actually asked you for your excellent ideas yet. So I will leave you that, and I will be asking you within approximately the next hour and 9 minutes. Yeah, so you prepare yourselves, get an idea. Is that your normal tape pen you use?
So yeah, I'm just going to use my normal tape pen for this. So I've just cut that out because it makes this sturdy. If I'm going to try and foam pad just a paper up, it's not going to work very well. It's going to be all floppy. You're going to get saggy bottoms, saggy middles, and you don't want that.
Oh no.
You don't want no saggy bits.
Oh, Susie, by the way, is saying ding! Because Michelle's bobbed something on. Yeah. Bobbing it on.
I don't notice most of the time because I say it that often.
Yeah, I do as well. I think it's a northern thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bob anything on. Did you bob the kettle on?
Yeah, bob the kettle on.
the kettle on.
Just going to bob this wash on.
Yeah,
I'm
bob
just
the
going to
oven
bob
on.
upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. So I'm going to use my dotty tape pen on this, and I'm just going to put it across the bottom. So I'm only going to take that middle bit. And I'm going to make sure that my pattern is equally spaced. So the middle bit in the middle, and then I'm going to cut the extras off rather than putting that to there, and then it's going to be a bit wonky.
Okay. Bob's your uncle. Yes, you're correct. Yeah, Bob's your uncle. I don't know anyone who actually has an Uncle Bob. Charlotte does. Straight in there. Is it your own, Charlotte? Is it your own uncle called Bob? Oh, I love that. I just thought you were like, oh, I know someone. I thought you were just showing off.
My father-in-law was called Bob.
Yeah.
So...
Not your
That's
uncle,
it.
though, is he? You've got an Uncle Seymour. That is an unusual name. That is a really good
That
name.
makes me want to sing Suddenly Seymour.
Oh, yeah, the song.
Yeah.
It makes
I'm
me
not.
think of when you were a kid at school and it was like, oh, do you like seafood? Do you know what I mean? No?
No.
Silence, palpable. Anyone in here know what I'm talking about? You know, at school, when you were younger and people used to play pranks and it'd go like, oh, do you like seafood? And then you'd go, oh, yeah, you know, prawns, fish, whatever. And then someone would just go, no, I don't mean that type of seafood. And then go, mwah, and show you like their half-chewed butty in their mouth.
Yeah.
Seafood.
Oh, ooh, that's just dirty. So just cut lots of those little elements out, and we're just gonna decorate this up. So
Cool.
I've already printed out from this, stamped out, sorry. You are wonderful in every way. And again, I've just edged it with that gilding wax.
Okay.
So now all I need to do is, I'm going to bring this in and I'm just going to give just some little curvature.
Helen Simpson's just messaged in. Hello, Helen! Hope you are having a fabulous Friday. What GSM do you suggest use for envelopes?
So our paper pads are the perfect weight for an envelope. So are they about a 180, 200?
Yeah, 180 about, yeah.
I would say that's a perfect weight. You can use a card for an envelope, but it's going to be too weighty. And I think the brilliant thing about using our paper pads is that personalisation you're getting with it.
Yeah.
But saying that, so this textured cardstock that comes with that kit, I think that's a 250, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. I just wanted to quadruply check. It is 250. Yeah, 250.
250. I wouldn't go any thicker than that. That would make a lovely, a nice weighted envelope, but not too weighty. Anything over that, I wouldn't use.
Okay. Good tip, thank you. And also, you don't want to use something too thin because sometimes they're a bit see-through, aren't they?
No, that's it.
You know, like your printer paper thickness.
Yeah.
Be a bit see-through. So, yeah, the one you did before was 180, wasn't it?
Yeah. Which is just right. Oh, I'm almost like Goldilocks.
You are. I've thought the exact same thing.
I thought you were thinking that.
Yeah, when I open my door and I'm like, why are you in my house eating my porridge?
And then I've got, so this obviously comes with the set as well. You've got that little, why do I want to call it a proboscis?
A hibiscus?
No, that little middle bit.
Oh, a stamen.
That's it.
What do you want to call it?
Proboscis?
Oh, I don't know. That
Is
could
that like-
also be a word for it. Do you know what that word means?
No.
I would just a little tip. Always check before you say something live on air. Say that word again.
Proboscis.
Okay, right. I'll have a little look. We've looked it up. Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. So you're not completely wrong, but I'll be honest. I'm not going to say it on air because I just think it sounds a bit odd. So it's like monkeys with the big nose, apparently. Would you use that word maybe for like a unicorn horn, do you think? Yeah. Would you say that the way that Michelle's just used it could be classified as correct? No. No.
But I knew what I meant though.
Yeah, I bet you did. Right, yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's been very educational.
Oh dear. So I've just used my bone folder just to give that some shape. I've just put one foam pad in the middle.
Sorry, Susie's answered your unusual word with it's a nose, I think, which I like. Yeah, the nose of a mammal. This is much cleaner than the one that I heard. Well, not cleaner, you know what I mean. It is the nose of a mammal, especially when it is long and mobile, such as a trunk of an elephant or the snout of a tapir. God, I've just learned so much
There
today.
we go. So there is my nice little tag card with just a little bit of that paper and those elongated snout flowers.
I just think it is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for making that. That has been educational in a lot of ways. If you would like to treat yourself to that, absolutely do. I think it's probably best if we go to a break now. We will be back. Fingers crossed. If you do want to treat yourself to this, now is most certainly your chance, because remember, launch yesterday was so popular, we've really not got much left at all now. We'll refresh. We were like less than 170 before, weren't we? We will have a little refresh and I'll tell you when we get back in like 3.5 minutes what we're up to. But don't forget that we launched it yesterday, so if you didn't manage to get it yesterday, you might be a bit thankful because you're getting triple points on it today. It is, Passover weekend or Easter weekend, so feel free to treat yourself. If you can't do it this weekend, when can you? Whilst you're treating yourself and checking out those baskets, have a little watch of this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in.
Quick Buy, get yours now. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back, and thank you everyone for your messages. So much love for your wonderful makes, Michelle. Caroline's in saying, this is so lovely, Michelle. Mary Pat's in saying, beautiful, Michelle. Mary Pat's also in, I love this, we were talking about this earlier, saying, I actually have 2 Uncle Bobs. I love that. That just makes me really happy. Mary Pat, I don't know anyone with 1 Uncle Bob, let alone 2. So you are now the #1 person in my life for that. Hello to Deborah as well, saying good tips on the envelopes. I can't wait to get my Hummingbird items. Yay, congratulations. If you got them today, don't forget, you get triple points with them. So well worth bearing in mind. If you have just tuned in, hello, bonjour. Hola. God, I couldn't remember anymore. Hola. I went proper northern then, didn't I? My mum and dad live in Spain. You wouldn't be able to tell from that accent. But yes, we have got a fabulous day for you today. We've had so much on already. My name's Becky, if we've not met before. It's really nice to have you with us. We have most certainly got our toe delved into spring, and we are bringing to you a sensational set of collections. One of them that we have managed to entice into our show today is something really special. Paper piecing is a type of look that mixes textures, colours, details and design to give you, and this is not an exaggeration, unlimited opportunities. And when I say that's not an exaggeration, I truly do mean it, because in this collection you have got 5 different dyes, but depending on what colours, what textures, what cardstocks, etc. you run through this and the format, you could make thousands upon thousands upon thousands, probably upon possibly even millions, with all of the different paper pads and sides that we have, of different looks and designs. The wealth of this is spectacular, and it is really, really new to us. So I want to show this to you big time, including this, which quite frankly, you're going to think, where have you been all my life? Let me bring to you our paper piecing creator card dies. These are so beautiful, they're going to turn heads. So here's my first one. Just look at the beauty of design. Nice sizable aperture in the center here for your looks, for your sentiments and more, but also the paper piecing is so much easier with this than it maybe has been in the past. Again, we'll explain that more when I talk about the hold and release sheets. Then I've got for you this one. So that one, by the way, was your trailing florals. I've got your happy bees. This, for me, I think is wonderful. Have you got our Beautiful collection? If so, that is the perfect pairing indeed. We are bringing to you that detail, as well as, look at this, oh, the Radiant Roses. Now, this isn't just me, I'm sure, but if you're looking at doing a Radiant Roses card, imagine this being your envelope liner. That is a pairing that's meant to be. We've done this on offer for you today. It's in Shop the Day, and don't forget triple points on everything on that show today. Then I'm bringing to you, for you butterfly lovers, the Butterflies and Blooms. This is a divine paper piecing collection that you have got the lovely florals, but also those butterflies flying around. Again, unlimited opportunities. And then possibly my favorite one, because it's one of my favorite birds on the planet, it is your pretty peacock. How sensational is that? And just to give you an idea of it, how it can look in a different color format, look at that. You have got the opportunity to create something that could be muted, it could be decadent. Oh, do you know what it reminds me of as well? Beauty and the Beast. Because there's a peacock, isn't there, on Beauty and the Beast? That comes as one of the characters. It's perfect in pure white, really pretty. So you could use this in pure white, or you could go boldest, wildest, glitteriest, cardist design you've ever thought of. The options with this are limitless. And then there is the hold and release sheets, which are game changers. We're going to talk about those more in just a few moments, but just to let you know, you're getting 10 sheets within this collection today. Even though it's only launched the other day, I mean, this doesn't really make that much sense, but we've got a discount on it. $45.99 or $67.75. Triple points on it today though, so worth it. If you've needed that little extra nudge, triple points could be yours on this one. Well worth these in the moment. Michelle, this is something very special, isn't it?
I love these. Absolutely love. And I know I say that about nearly all of our products, but it's true, I do. So making that paper piecing a lot easier for you is these hold and release sheets. So you're getting 10 in each pack, and they are big enough. So if I just take this one out that I'm going to use, so they are big enough to take that. If you squeeze it on, maybe 3 times.
Wow.
Because this is the piece that you're going to use.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm going to use the trailing florals, and I'm going to take a piece out. And these, don't think that you can just use them with these. So if you have something else that has got a bit of any of our creator cards that have got a particular like flower or a bird on there, cut out a piece of this and just run it through just on that flower or that bird or that element, and then you've got the ability to make all of your other dyes as well.
Fabulous.
A lot easier to paper piece. So what we're going to do is, so I've got a piece out, and you're just going to, I don't think that's, oh it is it? So you're just going to pull that, talking to myself, sorry.
No, it's all right, don't worry.
You're just going to peel that back. Now this isn't too sticky. I mean, it's hardly sticky at all. It really isn't. So I'm just going to peel that off, and I'm going to stick this lovely lilac piece to it. And I'm just going to put it on there. So this piece, when I run it through, it's not going to stick to anything because there's just enough tack on this to hold it into place when you run it through, but not too much that it's sticky and you're going to struggle to pick them up.
Yeah, because it's not like double-sided tape, is it?
No, no. So like we do have the A4 double-sided adhesive sheets, and you literally can't look at that without getting it stuck to you. I mean, that's got some stick on it. Yeah. But these aren't like that at all.
No.
So what we're going to do is I'm just going to run this through. I'm just going to, not with that piece has lost stick. So I'm just going to tape it into place with the middle bit there, because that is going to be waste for me. And when you run it through, we're not going to have our magnetic in. So it's just going to be our bottom shim, our frosty shim, and then our top. Because what we're wanting to do, when we run this through, what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to cut through far enough that it cuts through this top piece of card, but we don't want it to cut all the way through to the bottom, because then you're just going to have pieces. So we're going to remove that shim, so it's just going to cut through far enough that we need it.
And this again is kind of the science and the thought and the magic behind these hold and release sheets, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. I mean, the power of the Gemini, if you had your magnetic in as well, it would cut all the way through the bottom, which is not what we want. So you can see, I haven't cut all the way through to the bottom, but you can just see, I don't know if you can just see that.
See, like the little outline of it.
Yeah, just see the little outline of it there.
Got you.
So I haven't cut all the way through, and that's exactly what I want, or what I don't want. Or one of those sentiments.
Oh, sorry, what was that word you used for the centre of a flower before?
Proboscis.
You'll be glad to know Meredith's in. Butterflies have a proboscis, which might be what you were thinking of.
Yes.
Since they would use it on the flower to collect the nectar.
Oh, who was that?
Your saving grace, Meredith.
Oh, thank you so much, Meredith. You're a star.
That makes sense.
It does.
Of course, that's what it is.
Absolutely. I knew it from somewhere.
Yeah.
See, stuff's in there.
Yeah.
Most of it's like higgledy-piggledy, and I don't know what any of it means, but it's in there.
Yeah, it is.
That's all that counts.
And that is an education, because I didn't know that, so thank you, Meredith.
Fabulous. So there you go. So you can see it's cut through. Actually, look at that piece of glitter there. which doesn't matter because I don't need it, but there you go. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to, I'm going to pick at that corner so I can peel it back. Now if you struggle with this bit, which as you can see I haven't got it right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my pokey tool and I'm just going to pop it under there.
Just a reminder, we do our pokey tools in packs of 2. They are available on the website right now, triple points.
So there we go. So this is just going to peel back and peel off, and it should. You might have to pop a few little pieces down, but just see, this is quite satisfying. Just peeling it all up and off, and you can see it's leaving my paper piecing pieces on the backing. And you can see that I'm touching it and I'm not getting stuck to it. So it's not, you'll know, when you get it home and you feel it, you'll be like, oh, that's what she means.
Yeah.
So there's no stick to it, but
you don't end up with like residue on your hands either, do you?
No. So when I'm going to paper piece these on, I'm still going to need to use my tacky glue. But there you go. So that is that piece peeled off. So I've got all my little elements in there ready for me to transfer over. So so this is going to be your best friend when you're doing this. Your tacky glue in your little dispenser bottle. And another good thing about this is because you're going to have it right next to your project, you don't have to worry about getting it stuck to your card or your paper because it's not going to. So I'm going to bring this in. So I've already started because I've started so I'll finish.
Yeah.
Who used to say that?
Can't remember.
Anyway. Oh yeah,
Mastermind.
So I've already started, and all I did was just exactly what you've just seen me do with this. I just cut it through on some white card, but instead of this piece was used obviously on this cut and release, this wasn't. In fact, do you know what? If you peel that off carefully enough as well, you have got
another base.
Yeah.
Fab.
So I've just cut this out on my white card. I've already started paper piecing some, so I can totally finish it for you. But I've just used a textured cardstock. I've just used some of the blue, green, and then just in those 2 centres there, I've just used a bit of silver glitter card.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm going to matte and layer it with a bit of silver glitter. So I just wanted to tie it all in, and just adding that little pop in the middle there just ties it all in for me. So what we're going to do is this is the fun bit. So all I've done is I've just glued this onto some vellum from the Vintage Butterflies.
Got you.
And then, so this is entirely up to you how you take these off. You can use your little pokey tool, you can use some tweezers, or you can just peel them up with your fingers. But I'm going to use, wait a minute, let me just make sure I'm getting my right side. There we go. So I'm just going to use my tweezers, and it just pops up.
I'm just having a nosy through some of the vellums in this because I didn't get it out of the packaging before because it was closed, but then you've shown some vellum and I was like, get me into it. So to be honest, I've opened the packaging as if like a wild tiger has tried to gnaw at it. So I'll try and fix that later, but
they're beautiful.
Wow, the vellums in this are wow.
They really are.
Because the colour in them is so intense, but the delicacy of translucency is still very apparent. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but it will when you get it home.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So just to show you that I can just take it off with my fingers, there's no stick to it. It just comes off as easy as that. I use my tweezers because it's just my go-to way of doing this. So, and you can you can paper piece this up as much or as little as you want.
And the thing with it too is it's quite nice actually for, say you've got like, I don't know, an hour or 2 off at a weekend and you do just want to sit there. Maybe you want to like catch up on your soap opera, so you have that on in the background or whatever. You can, with this, relatively easy, cut out the same design in, say, 3 different colours. And then just by using the different colours in different areas, you have 3 completely different looking cards, don't you?
Yeah.
But you've put in the same amount of effort as you would have done just for one, if that makes sense.
Yes, yeah. So, I mean, I've done that here. So I've used the blue, the green, and the purple. So I've got 3 of these.
Yeah.
So you could mix and match all those up, absolutely. And then, so you've also got, I mean, you've got this huge piece in the middle that you could, again, just cut out in a different colour. And you could paper piece that back in.
Love it.
In a totally different colour.
Yeah.
So again, if you just put it onto some clear acetate and wanted to fill the whole of it in lots of different colours, then you absolutely could.
Love that.
So that is how easy, quick and simple it is to do. You also, obviously, you do have that matte piece, so you can cut it out or you can cut it into whatever card or project that you're doing. But yeah, I did most of it, so you didn't want to stand and watch me
No, it's
paper
perfect.
piecing that up. I mean, well, if we'd have had a bit longer, then maybe. Because it is so therapeutic. So, I've just got a nice card base, and so that's what I mean, where I've just put a tiny little bit of silver in the middle to tie it in with this, just make it pop a little. So we're just going to mat it. So I've just a nice tent-fold card I've made, because I thought that particular die does all the work. You just want to put it on display on the front of your project.
Definitely.
So I've just matted and layered again some textured cardstock up with that black.
Lovely.
And the black just really makes it pop when you're doing mats and layers. And then, so that's just going to go in the middle.
Beautiful.
And then I'm going to back this onto black.
Right.
So backing it onto black or backing it onto white really changes the effect of your vellum. So you can't, you can still see the pattern.
You can,
it's
definitely.
Beautiful. We always go to, I think, white for lots of our stuff. And I think sometimes, actually, reach for your craft card or reach for your black card.
Yeah, lovely.
Just for a change.
Producer Johnny, just whilst we're matting and layering, what was your excellent idea? He's thinking food one. Oh my days. Okay, imagine this. Outside of egg, we're talking like a short pastry crust. Inside, hot apple and custard. Think the possibly hottest thing on the planet to eat, which is the McDonald's apple pie, isn't it?
Yes.
The inside of that may as well be molten lava, but like an egg version of that. I love it, Johnny. I'd be buying many of them. That sounds great. Charlotte, have you got one? Undecided on what the outside would be, but the inside is going to be nachos on the inside. Oh, so like jalapenos on the inside, etc. Melted cheese. So maybe like a taco base, maybe. Yeah, like an enchilada, possibly. Well, we're making everyone hungry now, aren't we? What about you, Michelle?
Oh, I don't know. Oh.
Could be something healthy as well, don't forget. Like
Never.
outside.
Like salad? No.
Yeah, outside a big lettuce, inside a smaller lettuce.
No.
No,
No, thank
not
you.
for you.
Oh, I don't know. You see, for me, it would be chocolate. It would be like
it?
caramel.
Would it?
So it would so it'd be a big chocolate egg.
Yeah.
With caramel running through the chocolate.
Yeah.
And then the base would be solid chocolate for about 2 inches up.
Right.
And then specific. and then lots of like caramel, but you know when it's like chewy and stringy.
Yeah.
And then whipped cream.
Right.
And then some sort of sprinkles on there. And then some more caramel mixed with some chocolate. Oh, and maybe some like cookie dough sprinkled in there.
For somebody who didn't know the answer to that question 27 seconds ago, all of a sudden it's got really specific.
Really specific.
I want 2 inches of solid chocolate, chewy caramel, whipped cream. I love it. I would eat that. That sounds delicious.
So I've lost my sentiment, so I'm going to use this. I'm a little bit excited now, distracted with all the chocolate. But this is again, so this is from the Hummingbird collection.
Oh, perfect.
So it's You Are Wonderful in Every Way. I've just used the self and same sentiment on my last card. I already had a couple stamped out,
yes.
But I'm just thinking for time.
That's great.
So I'm just going to pop that on, just the corner there. I've just got a little flower, and again, so it's from one of the dies from the Hummingbird. That is the stamp and die set. But that flower, it just goes perfectly with those flowers on there.
Does, yeah.
And all I've done is I've just give that lots of depth and dimension, and I just love those paper piecing dies. Made so easy with those hold and release sheets.
I adore it. Michelle, thank you so much. Do you mind getting together the makes from this show, and we will start demoing on, voting on demo of the show, and because it's demo of the day as well today, isn't it, this show? Let me just quickly remind you of the different options that you have with this fabulous collection. So, we have got 5 different designs, in here. You've got your trailing florals, which we've just worked with. Amazing how different it is with a different colour, isn't it? Again, versatility. Then I've got for you the happy bees. I've got you the radiant roses, as well as the butterflies in bloom, and the peacock as well. I've got for you here to show you the idea of what you can create. So all of this and the 10 sheets of hold and release, all by the way with triple points on our website today. So do feel free to go and grab those whilst you can. Michelle, I'm with you for a reminder of your fabulous makes.
So I've thrown my envelope in just because I love the papers. So
I think you should throw that in. It's a great make.
Yeah, so number 1 was the envelope with those lovely liner dies and the Ultimate Pro. Number 2 is the Hummingbird collection. And then number 3 is those paper piecing dies.
Fab.
That's
You've got 1, 2 and 3 to vote for today. So head on over to our socials, and don't forget we will be voting for Demo of the Day shortly as well. For now though, let's talk about something else that's really new to us. This only came into our grasp on Tuesday. So if you've been working all week and this is the first day of your bank holiday weekend, first off, thank you for tuning in and joining us. Your Friday is going so well so far. We have got a new craft box, and this is jam-packed full of goodies that we're going to go through now with the wonderful Michelle.
I love this box. This box is, again, just beautiful. So I opened this earlier, and that's when, you know, the papers.
Yeah, you did start making oohing and ahhing, didn't you?
It's been a good day for papers today.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Edge Stamp and Dies, love this kit. So straight away, you've got all the inspiration, makes a minimum of 16 cards. Beautiful Sarah, that lovely tissue. In fact, you'll have seen Becky using this tissue earlier.
Correct.
To help her sew in with the oil cloth type stuff.
The waterproof. Fabric coat.
Yes, that's it, fabric coat. So you've got 3 dies there. Don't really make much sense to you at the minute, but when I bring in, let me just bring that in. So when I bring in the stamps, you can see, if I just pop that one off there, it's going to go, if you find the right place, it's going to go around there and cut on the edge.
Perfect.
And the same with your little bunny. So if I turn that round, you've got this one that fits round the edge of your bunny, and again with the butterfly. So hence the name Edible Dyes.
Yeah.
Oh, would you have credited it, eh? So you've got the stamps. You don't have to use them with the dye, absolutely can, but they're beautiful stamps all by themselves. So you can just use these as you would any of your stamps, and they're nice and big, so colour up, absolutely beautiful. So that's your stamps and your dyes. We'll save the papers. So again, so you have your card blanks, you've got your envelopes in there, you've got those three.
I love those colours.
They're so beautiful,
They're
aren't they?
great this time of year.
Yeah, and perfectly match the papers. So you've got those three widths in those three colours, and the gems again match beautifully. The tone on tone, the colours are just stunning, the way that they fit together beautifully, they really are. So in here, you have got the most, this is the one that I gasped at earlier.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
Divine.
It really is. So you've got the flowers, you've got the beautiful butterflies, you've got the geometric design, that lovely lumberjack shirt there.
Almost gingham, isn't it?
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, we've got some of those beautiful plain card that comes with it. That again, so you know, you can bring any one of these in and they're going to match perfectly. So if I bring that one in, you know you've got all the card in there to match perfectly with all your pattern papers. I mean, then look at that one that I just pulled out. So again, you've got that lovely soft pink there, just going through them all. You get 2 or 3 of each. I think it's 2, isn't it?
2 of each, isn't it?
So again, going back through, and then we've got back to those beautiful colours there. Just everything in this kit just matches perfectly. The papers to the card, your gems, your ribbons, the tone of everything just goes perfectly, which is one of the main reasons that I love our box kit, because you know that everything that's in there is going to work beautifully.
Definitely.
With each other. And it says a minimum of 18 cards, because obviously that's what you've got in there. But then once your card bases have gone, you've still got your dies, you've still got your stamps, you'll probably still have plenty of paper and card left to be making many, many more with that kit.
And don't forget, if the only thing you've run out of is your card bases, welcome the Ultimate Pro, where you can make pretty much any sort of simplistic card base perfectly each time. So well worth bearing in mind. Thank you for sharing us that. We have had winner in for demo of the show. Demo of the show goes to Michelle.
Number 2.
Correct, yeah. But apparently 3 was super close as well. So it's project number 2. We're going to get votes started on demo of the day now. So I'll do them in order. I feel like it's been a very, very mixed bag today. I'm going to start off with this very delicate, gentle, muted design, which you see has got the lovely door opening, but also it's the one that has the little open sections at the top too, that comes from the USB made earlier by Michelle. That's number 1. Number 2 is a really different feel, and it just...
I love it.
This is a marvellous... Well, if you've not seen this yet, have a guess what it is. You've got 2 seconds. No, it's not a tea cosy because it's closed up at the bottom. Yes, of course, it is a egg holder! Of course it is! So yeah, we have got this one made by Becky earlier on. It is beautifully double-sided. We have also got for you today, so from muted to
magnificent,
magnificent to very, very beautiful, bold holiday. This is option number 3, so do get voting. It's 1, 2 or 3 for you, so get voting on that. Now, from one type of bird to another, this item has been so super busy. There's absolutely oodles in here. I want to give you an idea of the types of things you make. This is from our Hummingbird collection. And in this Hummingbird collection, you're getting everything you see on screen. I am going to whip through this, but as you can imagine, with the amount of elements within here, there is a lot to get through. In this collection, the types of designs you can create are stunning. So we have got for you in here lots and lots of dyes, including your wonderful textured lace dye, which is lovely edgeable. I've also got for you in here your Botanical Wreath. We have got for you your Stampin' Dyes, including the one that Michelle used on that piece then. I've got the Sweet Hummingbird for you, which has just got a multitude of uses. I've got your tags here. Now, we're calling these tropical tags, but as Michelle showed you earlier, cut these into a folded piece of card. You've got a unique shaped card base right there. You've got this one, which is the hovering hummingbirds. You can read that then. Which, by the way, has like the pop-out element to it. So that's already cut out. That's due to the die itself. So it makes it really workable. Loads of sentiment stamps in here. You've got your wonderful embossing folder, and this is so different to a lot of embossing folders I've seen because you've got such a lovely amount of open space, meaning individual colours are much easier to pick out. I've then got all of our papers. These ones here, just one page after the next, sensationally, perfectly paired. You are going to be getting 36 pieces in total, and they've all got such a wonderful blendability, but still completely distinctive feel to them. I mean, you don't want to miss any of these, and I think I just have. Look at them ones. That one's one of my favourites. We've got purple toast. It's, as I said before, it's not a million miles away from your masquerade ball, but more muted. So if masquerade ball is your kind of colour palette, but it's a little bit too ostentatious, a bit too in your face, maybe all of the foiling's a bit distracting for you, or because it's all foiled it means you only use one side of the paper, not got an issue with this one. I need to remind you, you get it in 12 by 12, you 6 by 6, you get 250 GSM in the textured linen card as well, but also I have managed to get out the vellum for you because I really want to show you the vellum. Sorry, yeah, I managed to do it. Very, very ladylike. Just but if I show you this, it is absolutely wonderful. So with this collection, we're bringing to you. Should I hold it up? Should I hold it up? Oh, there's too many choices! Charlotte's just screamed at me. But here, I've got for you all the different looks of this. So this is what it looks like when it's kind of layered on top of one another, and that's also how it will appear if you put it into a darker colour. But just look at the different feel of that on the white. It's special, that, isn't it? Really unique. And this is the thing about them, get you different feels. So that's one of the designs. Here's another, which I just adore. Again, it feels quite grown up, quite mature, but then popping it onto the white, it becomes a completely different season almost, doesn't it? This is the fabulous thing about vellum that you just don't get with, you know, your sort of everyday card stocks, if you will. This one I think is wonderful. It feels like sort of autumnal berries, but again, pop it onto this and all of a sudden they become like little oranges, don't they? There is absolutely lots and lots of different designs. This one's one of my favourites. I have to show you this one. I adore this. You can see there's so many different shades within here. It looks really nice and robust, but again, it's now become springtime. This is almost like daytime when you put it against white, but if you're layering it up with darker colours, it's almost like a magical twilight. So this is the lovely thing with them. There's lots of different designs that all perfectly pair, of course, with our marvellous makes. So do seize the moment on those ones whilst you can, whilst we've got them in, and I know a lot of you have already, so well worth grabbing more whilst you can. Michelle, you've got some samples over there, haven't you?
I do. So again, design team have gone crazy for these. So if I just show you that. So
I love
that
it.
embossing folder using the letterpress technique. So, you know, inking your embossing folder up with, I think that will be pink tulip. But then, so the same embossing folder, okay, bringing that in, let me just stand it next to it. just in a different background colour. Can you see
Fab,
both of
isn't
those?
it?
And then enhanced with one of our gilding waxes. So the same folder, but you are having two absolutely, totally different looks with the same folder. A lovely double gatefold there with those beautiful hummingbirds. They are just stunning.
Just gorgeous.
Featuring hugely through this collection because obviously it's the Hummingbird collection. But an absolute star of the show because they're absolutely stunning. So just doing it in white, backed onto some of that vellum, takes it to a totally different level. I mean, so the same one in white, but on some of the paper. So very, very similar, but just adding vellum rather than paper, again, gives you a totally different effect with that. Look at this.
Whoa.
I love this. There's nothing else to say. That's just beautiful. So you've got that dome effect with the acetate there. Really gone to town with that one. This one's beautiful. It's been made into a shaker card.
Ooh, lovely
So
idea.
You've got the ability, to make the shaker element, and then I've got this one. So this is, again, beautiful TP card, and just the way that it's been decorated up, coloured in, like you were saying, you can colour those birds in any colour you want, and it's going to look right, it's going to look fabulous. But I just love this collection.
They are stunning. If hummingbirds do speak to you, have you ever seen a hummingbird in real life?
No.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing.
No. They're teeny tiny though, aren't they?
Oh, they're teeny tiny, and their wings move so fast you can genuinely hardly see them.
Yeah.
It's magical. They're the only bird that can fly backwards, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, also, they are the sign of sort of spirituality and good luck in many cultures as well. Yes, I do have useless facts also. But yes, if the Hummingbird collection is speaking to you, today is your day to get it. Why? First off, it's all here in one place. Second off, it's discounted. Third off, you're getting triple points on this today. Yep, really. Triple points on it. We have had the winner of Demo of the Day, and I have a feeling that some of you will be not surprised, possibly, that we have gone and fallen in love with this plucky chicken.
I love it.
It has got the winner of the day today. So well done to you, Becky. I know that she'll be over the moon with that because it's just such a fun, quirky make and perfect for this weekend. Thank you everyone who voted as well, of course. Well, what a day it has been. It has been absolutely fabulous, especially with those triple points to start off our bank holiday weekend or our Passover weekend. I bet it's ages till you're back, isn't it?
It's so long. You have to wait until tomorrow morning.
Yay!
11 o'clock, 12 o'clock tomorrow, isn't it? 12 o'clock.
It's weekend days, so
Yes,
yeah.
of course, yeah.
What are we expecting?
Well, it's Play Your Crafts Right. It's me and Joe on a Spot the Difference.
Right.
So, pick your sides wisely.
I love it. I love it. Michelle, thank you so much for today. It's been absolutely wonderful. We've just had a message in actually from Mary Pat saying thanks for for a fabulous Friday of inspiration. Becky, Susie, Michelle and the team. Oh, you're an absolute love. You're more than welcome. We have still got that triple points going on, and you've got it on until Tuesday, am I right? So do feel free to make the most of it because it's not just on like one checkout. You can do it a few times, so do seize the moment on that. Don't forget as well that if you do want to watch back on this show, because maybe there was a technique that you just loved of Michelle's, give it a little like and subscribe now so that you can get following on that. I can't remember entirely when I'm back with you, but I hope that it's rather soon. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend. I'll see you very, very soon, my love. Bye-bye.